In the National League infield from the Cincinnati Reds, Davey Concepcion. No stranger to All-Star game season for Cincinnati. First, second, and third. Second start for him at first base. His teammate from Philadelphia. The Phillies comprising 3/4 of the infield, Manny Trillo, who's from Venezuela. And his countryman, the only
second base and batting eighth, representing the Cleveland Indians, Manny Trillo.
Garrelts of the San Francisco Giants is more of a power pitcher. Manny Trillo, the batter, 1 out of 5 yesterday. 1 out.
Outfielder Tony Armas.
Veteran Tony Armas has done a job of hitting recently, hitting .375 in his last 9 games with 10 RBI.
That was called at the end of 6.5 at Cincinnati by rain.
This past Sunday that they celebrated their 50th wedding anniversary, so best wishes to the Sights on number 50. And
yes, 0 for 2 on the night.
the pitcher is the unbeaten Luis Leal from Venezuela, who made his major league debut in 1980 with Toronto and has been with the club since.
Salazar has drawn a blank in 2 trips, a comebacker and a strikeout. Kruko would be the
to right, lined out and sacrificed. So Salazar is 1 for 4.
Bad year for them. They're winning tonight.
One man out. Luis Salazar.
Might be that Mark Grace is stiffened up after getting hit, Harry, because you wouldn't take a defensive first baseman like Mark Grace out of a 1-run game unless that getting hit by the ball had stiffened. So Salazar going to hit for him.
Boy, that's bad news with Dawson and Grace.
Full count to Mercani at 3-2. He'll be followed by Phil Bradley and then Alvin Davis.
Manrique has been a thorn in the Blue Jays' side. A couple RBIs yesterday. 339. He's done a good job since being recalled from AAA. Made himself into a pretty good ball player. He played for a while with the Blue Jays.
Strikes to Hernandez, who brings just a 176 average in.
He had a shot.
Billy Gardner's crew. Angel Salazar will be. Salazar struggling on this road trip. Now 1 for 16 on it.
Then after reviewing the tapes again, he changed it around, but it was just a flat arrow.
He'll be followed by Salazar and then Cruz.
Calderulo is really challenging him at third.
Injured and unable to play in tonight's game, shortstop Ozzie Guillen.
I don't know what Harry Rasmussen started a few years ago. He decided he'd rather be known as Eric, and now everybody's changing their name. Jose Gonzalez is now Jose Uribe. Rafael Lugo, now Urbano Lugo. His dad was a pitching legend in Venezuela. Urbano Lugo was a double.
Saturday's game of the week against the Cubs and walked everybody in sight. Now he's relieving. Galarraga from Venezuela struck out, hit into a force play. The Expos are very high on him.
Andres Galarraga from the New York
Rojas Angels team. Hendricks is on the bench with some power. Weiniger a little bit, but then you've got Junior Noboa pull.
A single to drive in 2, and it's a 5-3 ball game.
Fact is to take a strike off a striker. As a matter of fact, he's a high ball pitcher, and his success tonight depends on whether Greg Koss, the home plate umpire, is going to give him that high strike. Well, if he gets it.
Al Pedrique. Yes, that's right, batting .307. He picked up in another trade early in the season. Bill Allman was the other principal going.
Pedrique. So very quickly, the Mets are out here in the 8th, and after 8, it's 10-2 New York. Now here.
Pitch for ball one. Ponte hitting 038.
Ferreira, one man down. One out and nobody on. Howard Johnson to bat.
Better news than that.
Who was sent down. And he comes in with a man on and one out in the 6th inning, trailing 4-0. But when he throws his first pitch that you will see, it will be his first pitch in the major leagues. He has never pitched in the major leagues aside from spring training.
Didn't play. Grounded out.
Well, the young rookie right-hander Herman Gonzalez will now come on to pitch for the Minnesota Twins. Steve Shields out of there. And the Blue Jays coming back in the 7th inning. But Gonzalez with a record of 3-1 and a nice earned run average. Outstanding, and the Blue Jays hope that Tony Castillo can be perfect. 1-1 on the year. He's got one save, but a high ERA. He is a rookie, only 26 years old.
Anytime that belly button, you see that belly button from the center field camera, it's a bad swing. If it's not closed, if that hip's not closed.
Now in the Texas bullpen.
I'm going to take a wild guess and say it's Rosenthal.
He's forward on an error by shortstop Dick Schofield his first trip. And was left on.
7-0. Meanwhile, Wilson Alvarez goes after a no-hitter here in the bottom of the 9th inning. It's the bottom of the 9th inning. That's the story. No runs, no.
Throwing in the Mets dugout. Our mistake. Machado making his 7th appearance, and he's pitched well. You see his record? He's given up only 1 run and 5 hits in 7 innings, 1 walk and 8 strikeouts.
He was in the Phillies organization, Pete. He was released by the Phillies, and he made stops at every level in the Mets organization in 1989. Peninsula, St. Lucie, Jackson, then up at Tidewater, and finally in September he came up to the big league club, made 10 relief appearances, put in a pretty good earned run average.